Hey guys, Jake from Evolving Daily. Thanks for watching. So a lot of people get into like the prepping and stuff, but they overlook one critical step, and that's like the first 5 minutes of something happening. So if you're at home or whatever, storm, hurricane, tornado, flood, zombies get into a substation, the power drops, this is for that first 5 minutes to get you up and going. Alright guys, so this is how I have the bag set up. It's set up near, or if not just below, this light, and I'll show you what's important about these. These are about 10 bucks at Walmart, or you can get them on Amazon. But whenever the power goes out, these lights come on. This bottom one won't because it's a new one. I had one that broke recently. So it's not completely charged up yet, so it probably won't come on. But let's say right now, storm coming in, the power goes out. So I threw the breaker, it's right there. Through the breaker, the light comes on automatically. It's not super bright, but it will light up softly a little area around it. I like these ones a little bit better for some things because they point down and they kind of illuminate the bag and the floor around it. But this one's, I mean, it works fine. But you can even take them out of the wall, and they'll usually have a switch on them somewhere. You know, it's still glowing there. You hit this switch on the side, gets brighter, turns on the high beams on top. Again, they're still not super bright, but it's visibly lighting up something 5 feet away in daylight. So, I mean, I wouldn't know what to tell you on the lumen rating, but in this one, once it's charged up, it does the same thing, except it's kind of designed to shine toward the ground, and it's got you can take it out and use it as a handheld light. But you have those things, so when the power drops, I'll turn that off. When the power drops, these things automatically come on. You don't have to do anything for it. You don't have to hit a button. They just go. That way you can find your bag. You can take that with the bag, look through it, find your things. But now let's go ahead and take a look at what's actually inside the bag. Alright, so we've looked at the lighting by the bag and where the bag is placed, which some people wouldn't think it's important, but that's being able to find that thing in the dark and then have a light source already there. Very good. So now we're going to get into actually the bag. So the bag is an SOE bag. They're tough. They're water resistant. Like I've forgot these outside and it rained, and there was a little bit of moisture that kind of seeped up through the bottom, I believe, but it wasn't soaking wet inside. So on the outside, you've got some little slide-in pockets here. I don't use them very much, but we'll go ahead and start on the outside and work our way in. So in this pocket is, well, that's actually the one which, on purpose, I'm not going to show you what's in that pocket. It's instructions. So like my girlfriend, if the power goes out, she knows, you know, once she gets lighting, get in there and it'll tell her the next steps, like what to do, how to get power back on, generators and whatnot. But that's going to have to be its whole video because it would be different for everybody. On this side is emergency blankets, 2 of them, because if power goes out and for some reason, you know, they're stuck in one room, or it's not safe to go outside or something like that, a little bit of heat to keep them warm. Then I'm going to just pull this stuff out and then I'll show you the bag empty, but it's fairly full. So not only having the stuff, but the way it's positioned in the bag is kind of important as well. So you've got the light on the wall that shows you where the bag's at, but maybe you want to grab the bag and take it to the bed or to the living room or whatever to open it up and get everything out. So the first thing, if you just blindly reach in the bag, this is a cheap Walmart Ozark Trail lantern. 1 click for high, 1 for low, another for off, or moonlight maybe. That's off. I wish it was low then high then off, because a lot of people think they need more light than they do, and if you hit it one time and it just comes to low, then people will use that and it would last longer, and usually you don't need as much light as you think. And on top it's got this little clippy deal to be able to clip it around something. But I've got a carabiner on that. And the reason for the carabiner and the little, most people call this a Prusik loop. But this is for, say, like your ceiling fan or anything high up. Put this around the ceiling fan, then back through itself. So it makes a little loop like that. And then you clip this back on to the light, so it's hanging, above eye level in the middle of the room, lighting up probably the biggest room in your house. Or you could do it in the bedroom. Next thing, that again, if you blindly reach in there, this is what you're getting, is a medical kit. This is the civilian trauma kit from Tactical Medic. It has a full-size tourniquet, gauze, gloves, duct tape, and a 6-inch trauma dressing. Tactical Medic, they're good people. If you don't know what you need, get a hold of them and they will tell you. They will help you out. Just send them an email. thetacticalmedic.com is, I believe, the website. And then it's kind of your choice of what you get, because you've got some lighting up, so now you might be able to see into it a little bit. It's your choice of what you get when you reach in there. So we're just going to go over random stuff. During a storm or any kind of emergency, some kind of emergency radio. You can get NOAA channels and weather alerts. Batteries are fine. Keep spare batteries. This one's also a crank, so you can crank it up and then turn it on. It has a little bullshit flashlight on the side, not very bright, but it's better than nothing. You can also listen to AM, FM. It's a weather radio. It's dedicated as a weather radio for me. Then this could also be used for a weather radio. You can program it in, but this is just a little Baofeng or Baofeng dual channel radio. It'll do VHF and UHF. So you can put in weather frequencies. You can put in like your local fire and EMS and use it as a scanner and see what's going on around you. You could use it, if you're a ham radio guy, you could talk to people. You can put in any VHF or UHF frequency you want, or AM, FM, and it's got a little light on top that also works. And I've got it with a mic, that way you can clip it on your belt, throw it in a pocket, and hear and talk. And they're like 25 bucks. Get a couple. Then a long stick lighter. Man, lighting candles. Pilot light goes out on stove or hot water tank, something like that. Relight it. A cheap little headlamp. This is far from fancy. I think these are like $1 a piece at Walmart. One important thing with these though, put it on your list in your side compartment or remove them ahead of time, but they have little piece of plastic between the batteries and the terminals. That way it doesn't get turned on in the bag, which is a good thing. I mean, you don't want dead batteries when you go to use it. On some of my flashlights I take those out, some of them I leave them in. That way, some of them you just grab and go, and if people don't have the wherewithal to try it, then there's some that already work. This kind of goes with the medical kit, but a pair of trauma shears, and these are good for anything else. Especially if you've got someone who's not maybe the safest person with a knife, or they don't like using a knife, especially it's going to be dark, they're going to be stressed out, loud noises outside from a storm, whatever the case, scissors are far safer than a knife. And these will cut through pennies, and they're cheap, like $3, $5 a piece tops. One big important thing. So storms happen a lot of times at night, or as night's beginning. At least for us, that seems how it almost always goes. And I don't know about you, but whenever I'm getting ready to go to bed at night, my phone is almost dead. Almost always. So one of these charged up battery pack things that charge your phone with a cord, and I've got an adapter on it just in case, once the generator's up and going, you've got another phone charger. And the cords obviously have to fit all the phones in your house. If you got one iPhone and one mini USB or micro USB, one Type-C USB, have all those different cords. And this will charge my phone up twice, or you could obviously put some charge in a lot of phones. This is obviously just, for convenience sake, chem lights, like if you want to mark a doorway or something like that. These are not really going to give that much light for you to see. You pretty much have to hold it up close to something to see with it, but as a marker for, especially if you have small kids, I guess, put a marker at the bathroom door or something, I don't know. A whistle to signal people, like maybe if you're stuck in the house, a tree fell. I literally know 2 people who their houses have been cut in half with trees. One of them, husband sitting here, wife sitting on the other room, into the room, they're both reading a book, and they can't see each other now because there's a tree right there. But say a tree falls or earthquake and you can't get your door open, well, you can lean out the window and get on that bad boy, and somebody's going to know that something is wrong in that direction. A little knife. These are like $10 at Walmart, and they're actually a pretty nice little knife. It's a Kershaw something or other. A small length of paracord. I'm going to pull it out just because it's a pain to get back in. Then a couple more of these $1 lights from Walmart. I get orange just because it's a good contrasting color if it gets dropped, or if it's still kind of dark here you can see it. And these ones should still have the terminal cover in place. So just in case you've never seen it, just a little piece of plastic in there that you have to remove before using. But a couple of lights, I keep that on just in case the other ones would get turned on. Have a real deal light in, a real, like a Surefire, Phoenix, O-Light, something. This is like 900 lumens or something. Clicky cap. It's tough. I mean, you can't break it, you can't beat it up and hurt it. A couple more things to go along with the paracord that I have in here. Just an assortment of El Cheapo keychain style carabiners to hang up lights, or, I mean, it's just versatile. Maybe it's summertime and you need to prop a door open, so you can clip this onto the handrail or something and tie it to your doorknob, keep it propped open, let some wind move through the house, whatever. And one more thing, it's actually sitting over there right now because I'm recharging it, but let's go. Almost everybody has an old broken phone around. Like this one, the screen shattered and I don't use it anymore. Keep these, keep them charged, and put them in kits like this. Because even if it doesn't have a contract on it anymore, or service, you can still dial 911, and as long as there's towers that are active, it will call out. It will. I promise you that. And this one, I took it out, ran the battery dead, and I'm recharging it right now. That's what made me think of doing this video. But guys, you need to have some way to light up the world. Because almost as soon as the power goes out, there's shitbags out doing things. Some way to light up the world around you. Some way to communicate with the outside world. That's what the two-way radio is for. Medical supplies are a must, just in case something happens. People are going to be operating in the dark. You need to have instructions in case you are not there, of a list of go disconnect the power, go do this, go do that. And guys, this isn't, and there's also a Nalgene bottle. It's laying up there. A Nalgene bottle full of water, clean water, filled to the top, sealed. You need to have, someone, you should, if you're not at your house, they need to be able to survive 12 hours and be fairly comfortable. And you could throw like a deck of cards in here or something, just so they can play games, pass the time. But that's like the first step. That's the first 5 minutes. You've got to get light on the world and try to get things back to halfway normal. And there's going to be subsequent videos of, What kind of foods do you have around the house? Water storage, water treatment, all the prepper stuff, and guns, of course. But I think that's it for a blackout bag. You need to be able to treat somebody who's cut themselves. You need to be able to light up the world around you. Call for help, and monitor your surroundings. You know, what's going on? Is this the middle of the storm? Is there more coming? Was that just the beginning? I'm sure I've missed some things, but that's what I keep. So comment below what you think, what I should add, subtract, multiply, divide. But remember, guys, you need to be prepared to thrive while others survive. Thanks.